thegearnetwork.com.
The following is a presentation of the Gear Radio Network.
Hello, good morning. This is the former governor of California, Arnold Schwarzenegger, and you are listening to Chaz and Jay on the Fantasy Football Bros podcast. These guys, they're so funny, and they're going to help you win some money. Hey, that rhymed.
Here we go. Hey, everything on three. Number three. Win on one. Oh, win on three. 1, 2, 3. Hey, we'll mix up the next. Eyes on three. Everything on 3 and 1. Everything.
You are now listening to the Fantasy Football Bros podcast.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Fantasy Football Bros podcast. It's your boy,
all I do is win, 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 no matter what.
Chaz, and I am joined by the no nickname, no nonsense.
It doesn't matter what your name is.
Adam Van Houten, what's up, dog?
What up, fellas? How we feeling?
And if you guys listen very closely in the background, you can hear country music superstar Eric Van Houten getting his ass whooped on Call of Duty. That's all I could say. And of course, we are joined by the fantasy football surgeon himself.
Hey, like a surgeon.
Zach, sup, dog?
What's up, boys? What's going on? How's life?
Life is good. Hey, Zach, where's your boy Jay?
I'm not gonna lie, guys. It's a little late. The little guy's kind of tuckered out right now.
His wife had to tuck him in bed with their Pittsburgh Steelers blanket.
I mean, I wish I could talk shit about him, but I can't because I'm not an adult at all, and I don't wake up early in the morning. So
I have to be up early tomorrow. So let's get moving. We are here to talk about. We are going to. This episode is about the quarterback rankings, and we're going to go through the list. We're going to go through Dave Richard from CBS Sports. We're going to go through his list, and we're going to give you where we have said players. But first, real quick. We're going to make up for lost time because we got a little behind on schedule because fucking Chaz is always busy, that fucking son of a bitch. And we're going to give you our quick top 10 rankings of our tight ends real quick. Maybe have a quick discussion, but then we're going to move on to all quarterbacks all the time. Sound good to you guys?
Love it.
Sounds good to me, dog.
Okay, and I'm going to start things off with I think I might be on an island here at this number 1 and this number 2 position. But for number 1, I have Old Man River, Travis Kelce. He's going to do it again. Yes, Sam Laporta did better last year, but Travis Kelce's going to be number 1. And back from the grave, I think Mark Andrews is going to be number 2. So we're going to go Kelce, Andrews, Laporta, Dalton Kincaid, what? At number 4, because I think he's going to be Josh's go-to guy and have a big year. Trey McBride at 5, George Kittle at 6. I got Kyle Pitts at 7, Evan Ingram at 8, David Njoku at 9, and Pat Freiermuth actually at 10 because I think Russell Wilson, if it's him, is going to lean on the tight end. So again, for me, Kelce, Andrews, Laporta, Kincaid, McBride, Kittle, Evan Ingram, Kyle Pitts, Njoku, and Freiermuth. You guys got any problems with Kelce and Andrews being number 1 and 2?
Yeah, I do.
Nope. I have Kelce and Andrews as 1 and 2 as well. So.
Oh, Dave, you're on an island. What's your problem?
Let's go. I mean, I'm taking Laporta first. I think they've proven that they want to use Laporta. He had a ridiculous target share, and I'm not gonna lie. I also have Kelce at number 2, so I think he bounces back in a big way. But I don't know. I think what Laporta did last year was insane, and I think Dan Campbell kind of finds something that he loves to do and just fucking beats it into the ground. So
yeah, and that's called run the ball with David Montgomery. That's what's going to happen. That's what I worry about. I worry about Laporta's usage because you're right. He had an insane year. It's just kind of an odd year, and I don't think it's replicable. But I mean, I have him at 3. It's not like I think he's going to be trash. But I just think Kelce's the number 1, and I think people are kind of forgetting about Mark Andrews. He's the only game in town for fucking the reigning NFL MVP right now. So that's what I think.
And of course, again, the Ravens don't have anybody else to throw to.
Yeah.
Sure, Flowers, but
Adam, you started with your 1 and 2, so go ahead. What you got last?
Yeah, 1 and 2. I got Kelce and Andrews. My 3 is Laporta. I mean, I think it's disagree with Dave at all. I think he could be up there too, but I love Laporta. I had him on one of my teams last year. Absolutely solid. 4, I have George Kittle. 5, I have Kincaid. 6, I have Njoku. 7, Evan Ingram. 8, Trey McBride. 9, Freiermuth. And 10, Jake Ferguson.
Okay, pretty low on McBride there. That's surprising.
Yeah, I am, only because, Kyler's coming back, and we know what Kyler does.
Yeah, but he was excellent with Kyler last year. That's why I think people are
He
high
was,
on.
and I'm not disagreeing. And McBride finished 10th last year.
For half the season.
And, of course, right, for half a season when Kyler came back in, whatever it was, week 10 or so. But, yeah, that's where I'm at.
Yeah, cool. And what you got, Dave?
I got Sam Laporta 1, 2 Travis Kelce. I'm actually super high on Trey McBride this year, so I put him on 3. Number 4, Mark Andrews. Number 5, George Kittle. Number 6, Dalton Kincaid. 7, Evan Engram. 8, David Njoku. 9, Jake Ferguson. And 10, I actually have Brock Bowers.
Brock Bowers, that's not a bad one. Of course, I'm the only one beating the Kyle Pitts drum. I mean, I had him at fucking 7. It's not like he's high, but I just think he has the talent. And we all had, did you have Freiermuth in the 10 too?
I did not, no.
Okay, you didn't. So me and Adam did. We actually were all a little higher, I feel, on Njoku than most people, and that's smart, I feel. That's a smart call. Because we all had him in the top 10, and a couple of lists I seen didn't have him in the top 10. So look at us, being ahead of the curve, maybe. All right, guys, so we just wanted to catch you up on the tight ends episode. So we could have had a lot of discussion, but alas, I fucked it up. But we're moving on to the quarterbacks. Oh, big news in football. A couple of injuries. Oh, no. A couple of injuries. Who got hurt? Christian! What? Christian! What? Christian McCaffrey is banged up? What? After 2 really, really overly used years, he's banged up? Oh, goodness. Like, who? Are you guys surprised?
I'm not surprised, but I'm not worried either.
Yeah,
I mean,
I was just going to say that.
I don't know if I'm dropping him out of the number 1 running back spot, but I mean, already? Like, uh-oh.
I mean, it's training camp. Guys, I don't know. I'm not worried either. I think it's just McCaffrey being McCaffrey.
It could be.
You're going to get a little tweak here and there. I mean, we've seen him miss full seasons, so I think he's going to be okay come
cause for concern. That's all. Cause for concern.
Definitely cause for concern. A little bit
Sure.
of a calf strain. I mean, we're at the time of filming this, we are at August 7th. If we were at August 27th, I would be a lot more worried about this. The dude
Wasn't he dealing with a calf last year?
I think he was for a little bit.
So that's something to think about too.
Yeah. But, I mean, the dude wasn't going to get any run in preseason anyway. It's like...
No, you're right.
Yeah,
Just-
I don't know.
Just to think about.
Something to monitor. Yeah, definitely keep it in mind. But right now, I'm not dropping CMC out of my number 1 spot.
I'm not authorizing.
I'm not
that
dropping
either.
him.
I'm not authorizing that either. But just keep your ears peeled, folks. That's all. So, and then Puka got hurt too, but seems like he might be right on track to come back week 1 or week 2. But just a concern. It's all. Those early training camp injuries are scary.
Yeah,
that's how it is, and I've been saying the whole time, Puka going in the first round is insane, but people seem to love their Puka in the first round. So,
Josh Downs also, by the way, on the wide receiver episode, we talked a little bit about Donnie Mitchell. I thought he was going to be great. Josh Downs is out for a few weeks, so this is. You hate to see it. You never want somebody to get injured for somebody that you like to get their chance, but unfortunately it happened. So just Donnie Mitchell is in a lot of the drafts that I've done is not getting drafted. So definitely somebody to kind of move up your leaderboard.
To be fair though to Donnie Mitchell, I have heard kind of horrible reports about him from camp. So. That he's not doing well, that he's hard to learn the playbook.
Isn't he the one starting fights with the Lions guys?
Was it him?
I'm pretty sure it was a Donnie Mitchell, yeah. He got shut down on a play and then came back and punched somebody in the head or something.
And if you guys remember, he was supposed to be a first-round pick, they said, and he ended up going to the mid to late second round because they said he was a locker room issue. So maybe there's some fire to that smoke. So...
Yep.
keep your eyes on that. But, folks, we are here to talk about quarterbacks. Are you guys ready to break down the quarterbacks for fantasy football in 2024? Are you ready, Dave?
Born ready.
Let's break it down.
Are you ready, Adam?
I'm ready.
Are you ready, Jay? Yeah! All right. Oh, God. All right. So just for clarification, we're just going to go through the top 12 quarterbacks of – I'll just read you the top 20 quarterbacks last year, all right? Number 1, Josh Allen. 2, Jalen Hurts. 3, Dak Prescott. 4, Lamar Jackson. 5, Jordan Love. 6, Brock Purdy. 7, Jared Goff. 8, Patrick Mahomes. 9, Tua Tagovailoa. 10, Baker Mayfield. 11, C.J. Stroud. 12, Sam Howell. 13, Trevor Lawrence. 14, Russell Wilson. 15, Matthew Stafford. 16, Derek Carr. 17, Justin Herbert. 18, Justin Fields. 19, Geno Smith. And 20, Joshua Dobbs. So there is your top 20 QBs from last year. And I think we could just say the episode's over and it's going to be the same this year, right?
Clearly.
Joshua Dobbs is going to be a top 21.
Absolutely.
Wild quarterback.
Why are we even doing this show?
Right? Why are we doing it? Well, folks, what we're going to do is we're going to go over the rankings from Dave Richard on CBS, and we're going to go over his rankings, see what he's got, and we'll tell you where we have these people. All right, we're going to start with his number 1, which I think is a bit controversial, but actually – given they have 3 major writers at CBS, Jamie, Dave, and Heath, and their consensus player as number 1 is the same as Dave's number 1 here, and that would be Jalen Hurts. So that's Dave's number 1 and their consensus number 1. And I get it. Guy's great. Guy has great weapons. He's not, like, terrible in my list, but he's certainly not number 1 in my list. I think, like, he is going to lose quite a bit of production from the tush push. He's not going to have 15 rushing touchdowns or whatever it is. He still might have 8. Still a fucking lot. But he's not going to have like 18 one-yard plunges. They gave all that money to Saquon Barkley, and they lost Jason Kelce. So I think the tush push isn't going to be 99% anymore. It's going to be like 76%. And they're going to have to abandon it a little bit. So I have Jalen Hurts as my 3rd quarterback this year. So what do you got, Dave?
I actually have him as my 3rd quarterback, too, for the exact same reasons. No Kelce, and you didn't bring in Saquon for nothing.
Yeah.
And I don't know, this dude is not going to get 15 rushing touchdowns. It's just not going to happen. And if you look at his passing stats, I mean, his passing stats are fine, but Jalen Hurts is predicated on those 15 rushing touchdowns. I mean, if you look at, like, I'm looking at their stats right now. Josh Allen, 4,300 yards. Jalen Hurts, 3,850 touchdowns. Josh Allen, 29. Jalen Hurts, 23.
Oh, wow.
You know what I mean? So it's like there's a pretty big gap from like that elite passer and also being a good runner. If Jalen loses his rushing ability and his rushing touchdowns, his passing stats aren't good enough to keep him in the top.
And that's a great comparison that you brought up there, because I'm pretty sure Josh and Jalen both had 15 rushing touchdowns.
Josh and Jalen both had 15 touchdowns. Josh actually had 525 yards and Jalen 605.
So, I mean, if the rushing production goes down on either side, you're right. Josh is still a much safer bet.
Right. Yeah.
So
if the rushing goes down, I don't think Jalen's passing ability warrants the consideration of giving him that number 1 spot.
Well, it's interesting. We both have him at 3. Adam, what about yourself?
I have Hurts at 3 as well. Exact same
Look
reasons.
at that.
I mean, you brought in Saquon. There's no way he produces those rushing touchdowns with Saquon Barkley back there. And if he does, they're just dumb for not using Saquon Barkley.
Throwing away money.
Exactly.
Yeah. So, okay, so I'm very interested then, because I wonder who we both have above him. I'm assuming we both have Josh, but maybe we don't. But I wonder who the other guy is, because they're Dave Richards' 2nd-ranked quarterback is Patty Mahomes. Why didn't I just do the drop?
Kermit the Frog here.
Their 2nd-ranked quarterback.
That's why we have it.
That's why we have it, is Patrick Mahomes. And guess what, guys? Patrick Mahomes is my second-ranked quarterback. I think he's going to have a bounce-back year. I think he has the absolute best weaponry he has ever had in the NFL. I think he's going to come in the league and fucking tear it up this year. I think he is going to be the old Patrick Mahomes that we know and hate, because now he's actually got some speed and some weapons. And that just doesn't mean I can't catch the ball Xavier Worthy. He had that I can't catch the ball speed in MVS last year. People seem to sleep on that they brought in Hollywood Brown. So they got Hollywood Brown, Xavier Worthy, and Travis Kelce, and Rashee Rice. He's setting himself up to be a pretty damn good quarterback, and I'm taking him too. And it seems like most of the CBS guys are. So Adam, what about you? You're always pretty big on Patrick Mahomes. So.
Yeah, I have Mahomes at 2 as well, and for those reasons, because we saw what he can do with Tyreek Hill down the field with the speed, and we harp on speed doesn't always translate well, but I mean you got to give it a look, and you got to see here that he's got the speed back, probably the fastest guy he's ever had in Worthy. But yeah, Travis Kelce and bringing in Hollywood Brown. Yeah, Mahomes is poised for a bounce back, and his 8th ranked finish last year in fantasy was probably the lowest he's ever been, and he has a massive bounce back this year.
Yeah, and don't forget about my boy Kadarius Toney too. What you got, Dave?
Is he even still there?
Yes, he is still there.
I wish we had some drama here. I feel like we're going chalk across the board, but yeah, I'm taking Mahomes too. I mean, if you look at it last year, 4,200 yards, 27 touchdowns in Mahomes' worst statistical year ever. I mean, still pretty good. And I think the weapons around him, like Chaz said, the best they've ever been. The rushing production down a little bit, in that I think a large part of him finishing 8th is, even though he had 400 yards on the ground, he never found the end zone as a rusher. Which hurt him, but Mahomes is going to bounce back. It's going to be a bounce back year. And don't forget, Kansas City seemed to play kind of timid last year. Don't you think that they kind of held it back a little bit last year?
Well, I think there was so much shit, and I think it really did affect the team with Travis Kelce and fucking Taylor Swift, and it was a lot. And once that kind of became old news, come closer to the playoffs, they started hitting on all cylinders better. But it was a major distraction. And don't forget, they lost week 1. You know what I mean? To Detroit. And they got punched in the face by Detroit. And Kelce was hurt that game. And there was a lot of distractions last year with Taylor Swift, with MVS dropping the ball all over the fucking place. So yeah, you're right to say that, but I think it's figured out. Now it's Travis Kelce. We get it, Taylor Swift. Okay, I'm gonna go play football now. I think Travis has a bounce back season, even though he was still great last year. And you're right. I think that goes hand in hand with Pat having a bounce back season.
Yep.
So okay. Us going across the board on that is very interesting, because that's not how it is. Well, I don't know if it's across the board, because at number 3, they have Josh Allen, and I have him at number 1, of course, because he has finished number 1 3 out of the last 4 years. Now, people will go to the thing then, but Chaz, he lost Stephon Diggs and Gabriel Davis, and I sound like a broken record and Patrick Mahomes lost Tyreek Hill and did nothing but lead the league in passing touchdowns, win NFL MVP and Super Bowl MVP the year after he lost Tyreek Hill. And guess what, folks at home? Buffalo Bills fans, clench your buttholes. You're not going to like this. Losing Tyreek Hill is a bigger deal than losing Stephon Diggs. Losing a 27-year-old Tyreek Hill.
You just upset all the Bills fans.
I don't care. Losing a 27-year-old Tyreek Hill is a lot harder than losing a 31-year-old Stephon Diggs. It is what it is. So, I mean, it is what it is. And Patrick Mahomes is a better quarterback without Tyreek Hill. I don't think anybody can not say that. He's won 2 Super Bowls without the motherfucker and an MVP. He's a better quarterback without Tyreek Hill, because he gets to play quarterback. He gets to drop back, find the open player, find the hot route, find the open man, not have to worry about Tyreek Hill. I'm expecting the same thing from Josh Allen. Get back, find the open player, whether it's Shakir, whether it's Mac Hollins, whether it's Dawson Knox. It doesn't fucking matter, because he doesn't have to go, where's that fucking whiny crybaby bitch? Triple covered? Fuck it. I'll just throw it. He's down there somewhere. He doesn't have to do that anymore. He can just sling back and play football. I think he's going to have his best passing year ever. I think the rushing touchdowns come down a bit because they're going to use Ray Davis, and I think they're going to use James Cook a lot more in general. But I think he's going to have his most efficient year because he's not going to be forcing the ball ever. And we'll go to you, Dave. Where do you have Josh?
I also have Josh at number 1, but I'm a little bit. I think I'm kind of on a different kind of side of the fence for you. I think with the loss of Diggs and Gabe, there's a possibility that Josh rushes even more.
Oh,
I mean, it could be possible that, when he, instead of trying to force the ball when he really should have taken off, now he just takes off.
fair.
You know what I mean?
Fair, very fair. And I want to clear something up for all of us. We have to take something of our lexicon. We are no longer allowed to say, well, Josh lost Stephon Diggs and Gabe Davis. Fuck Gabe Davis. He doesn't fucking matter. Let's just say Steph, because Gabe doesn't fucking matter.
We know that Gabe doesn't matter, but the analysts don't know that Gabe matters. But yeah, like you said, I mean, there was times when he's trying to force the ball, but if you really go back and look at a lot of those plays that he tried to force, I mean, he could have taken off for 5, 6, 7 yards. You know what I mean? And been just fine. So, like, maybe now they give him a little bit more of that freedom. Like, don't force it. If there's nobody there, take off.
Or maybe he decides to check it down a little more. He doesn't throw too much to the running backs.
Yeah.
So maybe that's a thing, because who knows? Very well. What do you got on him, Adam?
I got him at number 1, man. And just his overall game, dude. I mean, 3 out of the last 4 years at number 1 in fantasy scoring. The fact that they even have him in at 3 is just crazy to me, just based on that reason. And I understand why they did it, and it is because they lost Stephon Diggs and Gabe Davis, and now they have just
you said it.
They just have this hodgepodge of wide receivers for him to throw to. But I think a lot of people are underestimating Curtis Samuel and Matt Collins and some of these guys too. And when you have these guys that are now paired with Josh Allen, I mean, I expect some really great things from Josh. And there was an interview recently that Josh had too, that somebody asked him about all his rushing yards and everything like that, and he said himself that he doesn't want to rush as much. So I kind of agree with Chaz. I kind of agree with Dave, and the reason being is I think he is going to have his best passing season. I think he's going to try to do more of that, and I think they're just going to have more opportunity on offense for him to run, and he's just going to be number 1 again. That's just what it is.
And a reminder to the folks at home, Dave, Josh was 3 out of the 4 years number 1 quarterback. What happened that 1 year that he wasn't the number 1 quarterback?
Well, I mean, I don't know why you always make me say it, but in short, he had 1 less game.
Yeah, so but that's what it is.
Because I don't feel like he should fucking win MVP. Is that why?
No.
Or comeback player of the year?
But it is.
He didn't play any games.
What happened?
Play any games.
For the folks at home, the 1 year that Josh did not finish 1 overall was last year, or 2 years ago now, when there was the game where DeMar Hamlin had his situation and Josh couldn't finish that game. And Josh finished second place to Patrick Mahomes by like 10 points. It's pretty safe to assume he would have had 10 more points in that game. So he would have been number 1 4 years in a row. So, I mean, he's the big dog on campus, fantasy football-wise. And I do agree with you guys a little bit, but I think you're off. I think you're right with the idea that we're going to run the ball more, but I'm telling you, it's what's going to be with James. I think James Cook is going to be a number one fantasy running back this year. I think he's going to finish in the top 12 this year. But we'll find that out next week or the week after on our ranking show. So we will move on to Dave Richards, number 4 overall quarterback, and it also happens to be my 4th overall quarterback, and that is the where's the drop?
Reigning, defending, undisputed
NFL MVP of Lamar Jackson. I mean, how does this guy not reach your top 5? Even though Adam hates him, this guy's always he was a top 4 quarterback last year. He just produces. And you want to talk about running? No, there's never been a better running quarterback than Lamar Jackson. This guy's had 1,000-yard rushing seasons to his name. So, your boys in the chat, Dave. Storm, what's up, Storm? So, Adam, we'll start with you. You're usually the lowest on Lamar, and so where you hanging on Lamar now? He's gonna be like, I have Lamar at 17 right now.
No, I have him at 5.
Okay.
He's not that far. He's still in the top 5. It's
He hates him. Look how sad he is because he has to talk about.
I hate him. But and I have him at 5, and it's only one spot lower than he was last year. And it is, listen, don't get me wrong, he's a fantastic runner, but they brought in Derrick Henry.
That's true.
If Lamar Jackson has more rushing yards than Derrick Henry, then they're still doing something wrong. I know he has 0 people to throw to still, but you have Derrick fucking Henry on your squad now, and if you're not running the ball up the middle with Derrick Henry, and you're just doing something wrong, and he signed with the wrong team. But
you're right.
I mean, I still have him at 5. You can't discredit the fact that he is MVP. But yeah, I mean, it's even hard for me to put him at 5. I'm not going to lie to you.
Did somebody walk into his room and steal his balloon or something? Look how sad he is right now. I have to talk about Lamar Jackson.
I hate Lamar Jackson so much.
Dave, your boy Storm in the chat says his playoff record is terrible. That's true. It is terrible. But playoffs don't matter in fantasy football, bro. And this is about fantasy football. So, Dave, you kind of, I don't know why, the look you got going on today, you kind of look like J.J. Redick, the coach of the L.A. Lakers.
I appreciate that. I'm old enough to remember when J.J. Redick was in college. So.
J.J. Redick's my favorite college ball player of all time. J.J. Redick is the greatest college ball shooter of all time. You heard that Steph Curry stance. I think J.J. Redick was the best shooter in college basketball. But we're not talking college basketball, Dave. We're talking Lamar Jackson. Where do you have him in your rankings?
You know what, dude? I flip-flop between this so many times, bouncing these two players back and forth. And I have to give away my 4th pick right now because it doesn't make sense if I say why Lamar is at 5 right now. But I have Anthony Richardson at 4 and Lamar Jackson at 5.
I thought that's where you were going.
I flip-flop so many times. But if you really think about it, dude, okay, we all love Anthony Richardson, right? Do you think that Anthony Richardson is a good enough runner to at least compare to Lamar in those stat categories?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. I think he is too.
Not yards. He's not going to have 1,000 yards. No. But But Adam was right. I don't think Lamar is going to have 1,000 yards either.
I think it's comparable, right? I think the skills as a runner is comparable. That it's very possible that he could put up Lamar numbers. Now, who do you think's a better passer? Is it AR or is it Lamar?
Honestly, right now, Lamar. I don't mean that AR can't be there, but AR's still really inaccurate. So
I don't know. See, I'm leaning AR.
Yeah, okay. I mean, they're close. What AR's got on him is the size, and can take a licking. So we think, even though AR only played 4 games last year. So,
and like you guys said with Derrick Henry, I'm much more scared of Derrick Henry taking away run from Lamar than I am from JT taking run away from AR.
I think it's similar. To be fair,
I see. I don't know. And who's the better pass catching back? JT by far, right?
Yeah.
So I'm just saying, I feel like Lamar just has a lot working against him. Who would you rather have as your number 1 wide receiver, Zay Flowers or Michael Pittman?
Michael Pittman, yep.
Yes, I just, I don't know. I think they're going to be close. I have them 4 at 5, and I've bounced back and forth between them multiple times, but I think AR showed me enough that I think in the run game he's comparable to Lamar Jackson, but the stats in the passing game is where he's going to pass him.
Okay, I mean, it's interesting, but to spoil my list, I have him at 4 and 5 too. I have Richardson at 5. So, I mean, I'm right with you, and I kind of struggle between them too. But, I mean, I'm being you right now. I'm being racist towards younger players, and I'm going with the older guy. Because you're the one that usually hates the younger player. Not hates, but you know what I mean. You usually vibe on more of the veteran route. And I'm vibing on the veteran route between those two. But, I mean, 4 or 5, it's like, pick your poison. They might both get hurt. Who knows?
I mean, it's like a dice roll. They might both get hurt, but and like I said, it's a flip-flop, dude. It's literally, I've flipped these players in my rankings multiple times since we started doing this.
Same.
You caught me on the day when today AR's up top.
Any chance you have Richardson at 5, Adam? Probably not.
Absolutely not. I have no. I have Lamar at 5. My 4 is Joe Cool himself, Joe Burrow, coming back from injury,
my
looking
God,
good in
let's
camp.
go.
He's got a healthy Chase. He's got a healthy Higgins. Like, come
hold it.
on, Joey B, back in the top 5.
We'll get to those guys, but hold it, because and this one fucking
What do you mean
grinds
to those
my
guys?
fucking gears. This really grinds my fucking gears. At fucking 5, Dave Richards, number fucking 5 quarterback is fucking rub your nipples for the rookie from last year for C.J. Stroud. I can't fucking believe it. C.J. Stroud at number 5. The dude finished pretty well last year. He finished, where was he? 11 last year. So could he make the jump to 5? Sure, he could make the jump to 5. They brought in Stephon Diggs. Sure, he can make the jump. The guy doesn't run, first of all, so there's going to be no production there. So he's got to have a fucking Patrick Mahomes type season to be not a running quarterback and to finish in the top 5. And I just don't think he's gonna. I don't think he's gonna. I have him so much lower, and now it's also because, like, he doesn't run. To be quite fair, most of the people I have above him run, and that has a lot to do with it. But I also don't think he's that gonna make that leap as big. He was pretty good last year, finished at 11. I'm going to be the lowest one on him, and I have him at 10. And they have him at 5. So I would still start him. But, I mean, most of these people I have over with him, you could not tell me they can't finish over him. When technically, I think every single one of them did last year, except obviously Richardson and Burrow because they got hurt. You know what I mean? So I have C.J. Stroud probably the lowest at 10. Dave, let me have it.
I'm right there with you with C.J. Stroud. I got him at 9.
Okay.
And I think a lot of what you said, he doesn't run. To finish in the top 5 as a non-running quarterback, do you know how elite of a passer you need to be?
Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah, you need to be Patrick Mahomes elite as a passer. To
Brady.
finish. Yeah. And do we think C.J. Stroud takes that next step just because he's 1 year in and he's got Stephon Diggs? Like, no, I mean, maybe, but putting him top 5 in your rankings, you're taking a chance for sure.
Yeah, it's a
for sure. There's a chance that doesn't work out.
Yeah, this is definitely a tough sell. So good. I'm glad I'm not crazy. But I wanted with Adam because Adam's always had been high on Stroud. So
I have him at 9 as well.
oh, okay, wow.
Same reasons as Dave. And you, Chaz. He doesn't run. We saw him be decent as a rookie, but it's that sophomore year, man, that quarterbacks tend to struggle, and I don't think adding Steph Diggs to an already crowded wide receiver room is going to escalate his game to the next level. I mean, don't get me wrong, C.J. Stroud, he put up massive fantasy points, and for him, but he finished 11th last year.
Yeah, he missed a couple games, sure, but
and he missed a few games, but to finish outside of the top 10, and then all of a sudden you're going to be like, oh, he's a top 5 quarterback.
yeah, tough.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
I mean, there's certain guys that you can look at that finished outside the top 10 that can go, okay, yeah,
but most of them run.
That's why I have Joe Burrow. That's why I have Joe Burrow up there, because this is a guy that didn't play half the season because of a torn ligament in his hand or whatever it was. But he's back, Joe, and we know what Joe Burrow is capable of.
Getting hurt.
CJ Stroud, like I said, that's yeah, maybe that sophomore year, man. It's that always makes me nervous with second year quarterbacks.
Yeah, cool. I actually thought Adam would be behind him because you've always been kind of high on him, but that and very, very cool to see. Okay, well, we're going to move on now because the next two people that they have in here we've already discussed, so we'll talk about them. Number 6, Anthony Richardson, and number 7, Joey B. And I have them also right next to each other, but I just so Dave Richard has them 6 and 7 because of C.J. Stroud, which doesn't belong there. I have them at 5 and 6. I have Richardson at 5 and Burrow at 6, giving the nod to Richardson to be at 5 because of everything we said. The big dude that can run. He's got good weapons. He's going to get hopefully 10 rushing touchdowns. He's going to throw the ball well. We all know Joe Burrow, if he stays healthy, you can say the same thing about Richardson stays healthy, but Joe Burrow's got the weapons. T. Higgins and Jamar Chase are going for a contract years. Burrow could blow it up. But he has to have a Patrick Mahomes type season because he doesn't run the ball. And frankly, we don't want him running the ball because we don't want that motherfucker touched.
Correct.
Because he's fragile.
Exactly.
And so that's why I got him at 6. So I got Richardson at 5 and Burrow at 6. And I think Burrow is in line. I don't even want to say a bounce back because people like Dave were drafting him as the second quarterback last year. That's way too high for a non-running quarterback. But the one that could do it, I think, in the NFL that doesn't run is Burrow. He could be the one that has the Patrick Mahomes type season without running the ball. But I want to see it first. So I have Burrow at 6, Richardson at 5. Adam, where do you got these boys? Well, you said Burrow's at 4.
Well,
right?
I said I have Burrow Burrow is my 4. Yeah, I don't have AR too far out. I have him at 7. And the reason I put him at 7 was because he only played 4 games last year.
Yep.
And yes, he did show me a lot of what he can do in those 4 games, and I'm hoping that he can maintain that and have a healthy season because I do like a big running quarterback. I mean, look at what Cam Newton did in the league for those years, and he was one of the biggest guys out there. He could throw, he could run, and I think AR can do the same. That's why I have him at 7 on my list is just because of the very small sample size that we do have of him. But I mean, that sample size, he was incredible. And I think he had like 17 points before he got hurt in the one game. Like, he was on his way to have just an absolutely incredible game.
Not even at halftime.
Unfortunately, with the injury. Not even at halftime. So, yeah, I got AR at 7.
Okay, Dave.
Joey B firmly planted at 6. I mean, I love Joey B.
So that you had AR 4 and
AR
Joey B
4,
6.
Joey B 6. I mean, like you said, if there's one dude that's like elite passer that's going to crack that top for right now, top 6. I mean, and Joey B has a chance to be top 5. If he stays healthy, if there's one dude that has a chance to kind of crack that top 6, top 5 as just an elite passer, it's Joe Burrow.
Good.
And what a steal this year where he's getting drafted too.
Yeah. Dave, me and you actually have the same exact list so far, except a little swap on Lamar and Richardson. But we're exactly the same right now. So
I love it.
So twinning.
I think it's about to go south, so let's not celebrate too quick.
Oh, okay. So at 8, they have. At 8, Dave Richard has the number 3 overall quarterback last year, and Dak Prescott. And it seems crazy to have Dak that low, but there's just so many good quarterbacks, I feel. Dak finished 3 last year. Dak ran me and Adam to a champion, or threw me and Adam to a championship in separate leagues last year. But I have Dak just slightly lower, I guess. I have Dak at 9. And really, it's just because he doesn't run as much as the guys I have above him. That's all. And it's just there's probably one guy you could argue with me that I have above Dak because I have Dak at 9. So, Adam, where you're coming off a big year of having Dak and leading the champ.
He was my championship quarterback. I paired him with CeeDee Lamb, and they worked their magic, but with the uncertainty of the whole contract thing and CeeDee Lamb sitting out of training camp. I feel like I always rank Dak here. I have him at 10. I always just feel like he's always right there at 10. He has the ability, obviously we saw last year, to crack that number, and he finished 3 last year. But man, sometimes when Dak is not good, he is not good. He's that guy. He's gonna throw for 5-6 touchdowns, or he's gonna throw for 0 touchdowns and have only 150 yards passing.
I just want to be clear on your list. Maybe you didn't realize you did this. You're taking Stroud over Dak.
Yeah, he's at 9.
So you're going to take Stroud over. Okay.
I mean, I'm not going to get. Here's where I base it off of too. Is when I do a draft, someone's taking Stroud way earlier than they should be taking Stroud. So they're going to leave me Dak regardless, which is why I kind of put him at 10 there, because I do think that he's just going to drop like he does every single year. And he'll put up those games that, he'll have a 500-yard game with 5 touchdowns. But he's also going to have 0 touchdowns with 150 yards. Whereas Stroud was always kind of that middle ground last year, and he he didn't really wow anybody with 400 or 500 yard games. He had that 250 to 300 range. All the games that he played last year. So, but yeah, I mean, like I said, I rank Stroud higher because he's a little bit more consistent than Dak. But Dak is going to be the one that's going to get you that 40, 50-point game. Stroud's never going to be up there.
So, Dave, before you give your take on Dak, what do you consider a big game for a quarterback in fantasy football?
A big game?
Is it like 25 plus?
Are we talking points or stats?
Yeah, point-wise, 25 plus, 35 plus. So what do you consider a big game?
A big game, or what do I want to get out of my quarterback?
A big game, you look at your stats, you're like, fuck yeah, man. I think, for me...
24 plus.
You think 24 plus is big?
I mean, 24 plus is... Are we talking...
I'm going like 30 plus. 30 plus for me is big.
6-point touchdown or 4-point touchdown? 4-point touchdown. I mean, I'm happy with 24 plus.
Okay, so I'm happy with 24 plus, but I consider a big game like 30 and beyond. Because if my quarterback scores 27, I'm like, sweet. But when I'm hitting 30 or beyond, the reason I ask is because I'm looking at C.J. Stroud's numbers from the fantasy finishes from last year. How many 30-point games do you think he had, Adam?
2.
You're right fucking on. He had one massive game at 41, and he had one game at 30.9, so he just broke 30. Comparative to your boy Dak, let's see. Dak had 1, 2, 2. He had 2 as well. So, you know what I mean? Like maybe we're discrediting him a little bit, Stroud a little bit, but Dak was obviously way more consistent across the board because he scored like 100 more points than C.J. Stroud. Comparative
maybe
now.
Your fucking 30-point bar is too high, you greedy bastard.
Could be. Let's look at Josh. Well, maybe let's look. Josh looks like he's about 2 30-point games too. 40, 30. 36. Okay, he's had 3. Josh had 3. Jalen had. So maybe I am greedy.
Yeah, you greedy fuck.
But that's what I mean by big. It's not consistent. You know what I mean? Like a big game. So interesting. Okay, Zach, what's your take on Dak?
Dak, I got a 10. I don't know, dude. It's just like we talked about it. I just don't believe it. I just don't believe the hype on Dak. He always finishes top 10, which is why he's in my top 10. But if you look at Dak last year, he finished 3rd overall. Statistically, his best fantasy season ever.
Yes,
literally. We've seen enough of Dak to know that if I had, if it was life or death, and I go, do you think Dak repeats that? The answer is absolutely not.
Yeah, I agree with you. I don't think that. I mean, obviously with our rankings, but I think you're spot on that. Other than the year Dak, remember the year Dak destroyed his leg? He was fucking on fire that year.
He was on fire that year, yeah.
That year, he had like 400 or 500 yard games in a row or something like that, which was unheard of. And he was on pace for like 5,000 plus yards. But then he broke his leg, and of course he hasn't been the same since. But yeah, I mean, like I said, I agree with Dave. He's not going to be 3 next year. I don't think he's going to be top 5 next year. That's why I always put him kind of in the middle of that, top 20 there. So there's 10 is always a good spot for Dak.
There's no circle of trust with Dak. No matter how well he's playing, you still don't know what you're going to get out of him. You can have 3 great games in a row, and in the back of your head, you're still like, he might fuck this up.
And I say it. I mean it. Dak was my starting quarterback last year for the championship. Dak was my second quarterback drafted. He was my backup. I drafted before him rookie Anthony Richardson and started rookie Anthony Richardson all 4 games at the beginning of the season. So just because Dak had such a great year doesn't negate his 6 years prior. And I think we're all remembering that. And that's good.
As a guy that I harp on this a lot is I never take a quarterback early. And I'm sitting at pick 10, 11, 12, and Dak is there. I'm okay with picking Dak in the 12th round.
Right. I don't think he lasts that long. But
maybe not this year because he finished top 3, but in years past, he's definitely been there.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. I'm ready to move on to this next guy because it's a guy that I called out last year, and I'm taking the victory lap on that I was right about. Dave Richard has him at 9, and that is the richest player in NFL history right now, Jordan Love. Dave Richard has him at 9. I have him at 7, and I have him above Dak and Stroud. And I feel like that's the guy that people could argue me with having above Dak and Stroud because he doesn't run that much. I just think he's such a good quarterback. He makes all the right reads, and obviously they paid him because they see it. I always saw the potential, and he is the only quarterback in this list that is doing it with nothing. Going into last year, everyone was like, "Oh my God, what the fuck? Who's Jaden Reed?" And who, you know what I mean? And like that dude tore it up with no weapons, all first and second year receiver and tight ends. I think he's going to completely just take out where he left off. Not where he left off, because this dude was like the best quarterback in the NFL from week 10 on last year. I don't know his exact numbers, but I think from like week 10 on, he had like 23 touchdowns and 2 interceptions. Like he was just a monster the second half of the season. Beats our boy Dak in the playoffs. And I mean, actually, I think the San Francisco game was pretty close last year. San Francisco beat them, but it was a lot closer than people think. And now they've brought in a running weapon to take some heat off of him. So, I mean, I got him at 7. It's not like I'm like going crazy over him, but I think I like Jordan Love. I always have. I was happy to be right on him last year. I got him at 7. I know he doesn't run, but hey, not always is every single player a running quarterback. So we'll start with you this time, Dave. Where do you got Love?
I mean, we're officially twinning, bro. Jordan Love is at 7, dude. I am all in on Jordan Love this year. And let's run through some stats real quick.
Can I drop it one more time?
Yeah, go ahead, drop it.
Okay, all right, go ahead.
Let's run through some stats real quick. Last year, 4,159 yards, 32 passing touchdowns, second in the NFL. I know you said he doesn't run much, but he runs a little, 247 yards, 4 touchdowns on the ground. Okay. And let's not forget that the first few games of the season, he wasn't even going. So no. These are stats second in the NFL with passing touchdowns, and his first couple games were garbage. I mean, could you imagine a full season of this dude firing on all cylinders? And even in the games that he was good, we talk about this all the time, he's such a slow starter. The first quarters are always kind of blah. Like, if this dude could put it together for 4 quarters for 17 games, I mean, he literally could finish in the top 3.
And he's still got the same weapons that he's turned into household names. I can promise you guys, Dontavian Wicks and Romeo Dobbs is not making Jordan Love, guys. I'm going to tell you, folks, it's the other way around. Okay? Jordan Love is making these guys, and they brought in Josh Jacobs, which is going to take some of the pressure off of him.
Don't forget about Christian Watson, who's coming back. He's going to be fully healthy this year. I mean, we saw Jaden Reed come on. And, I mean, the dude has weapons. He has weapons around him. He does run. It seems like last year it took him a little while to get going, but for whatever reason, the game just started to click for him. If we get a full season of Jordan Love firing on all cylinders with all 4 of these wide receivers staying healthy throughout the season with Josh Jacobs in the background.
And the decent tight ends.
And Josh Jacobs, not the most prolific pass catcher, but catches some balls out of the backfield, can take a lot of the heat off him when needed. Like, the dude literally could finish as a top 3 quarterback, and he's getting drafted in 10-team leagues. He's drafted sometimes outside of the top 10 quarterbacks, which is absolutely insane. Jordan Love is such my man crush target this year, just of how good I think he can be and how late you can get this guy.
Yeah, and I think the Packers agree with you because of that fucking contract.
Yeah.
So, all right, let's drop it one more time because I feel like Adam's going to shit on him. So let's just let's get it one more time. Where you got him, Adam?
This is where you would be wrong, my friend.
Whoa, okay.
Whoa.
I actually have Love at my 6th spot.
Oh, got it. Okay, very nice. You just had like the shitty face. I thought you were coming in to dunk.
No, I was waiting to see where you guys had him. I have him at 6, and the reason being is for exactly everything you just said. He did it with nothing. They had Josh Jacobs. I mean, the guy was just absolutely on fire at the end of the season, and if people are looking at what he did in the beginning of the season and not realizing, like, hey, this dude can put together a full season just the way he ended, over 4,000 yards, give me a break. And I was very wrong on Jordan Love, and I'll admit that. I have no problem admitting when I'm wrong. But man, did he have a really good season. And you're right, he did it with nobody. Christian Watson coming back and Wicks and I can't remember who you just said.
Reed and Dobbs and Musgrave.
Yeah, Reed and Dobbs, Romeo Dobbs, and yeah, adding a really, really good running back in Josh Jacobs. Man, can that just elevate Jordan Love to the next level? I think it can. I have him at 6, and I think that's where he finished. Where did he finish last year? I think he was 5 last year.
He was a little
but
low.
either way.
He was 5. You're 5. Yeah.
He was 5. Yeah, so I have him one spot lower than he finished last year, but I mean, Jordan Love has all the potential in the world. Man, I wouldn't hate having him on my team.
And
I know
you're getting this dude in the 10th round, 11th round, 12th round.
I know. And that's kind of my point of always,
insane,
wait for a quarterback. Guys, you can draft so many better players. Not that they're better players, but more needs on your fantasy team if you just wait for a quarterback. Look at these guys that were dropping outside of the top 10 quarterbacks picked in fantasy drafts. You have your Jordan Loves, you have your Dak Prescotts, like
You're CJ
you'll
Stroud.
be fine you're CJ Stroud. You'll be fine at quarterback if you wait and you take a top receiver instead of a top quarterback, or a top running back instead of a quarterback.
Yeah.
Give me Jordan Love in the 10th round all day long.
I'll tell you what, guys. I drafted Jordan Love last year in the Fantasy Football Bros League, and probably, I don't know, around 12, 13, 14, whatever, because my starter was Josh Allen. Well, I hung on to him, and come trade deadline, I'm thinking to myself, well, I'm going to trade one of these quarterbacks because Jordan Love's on fire. Josh Allen's the best quarterback in the league, blah, blah, blah. I ended up trading for Stephon Diggs, moving Jordan Love. And now looking back, I lost, but I kind of regret it because keeper-wise, I could have fucking kept Jordan Love in like the fucking 15th round instead of, now I have Josh as a second-round tender, and I'm not going to probably do that. So, like, looking back on silly things like that, if I would have thought about it harder, I should have probably went the other way around, but it is what it is. So, good, look at us with the Jordan Love. One more time?
Do it.
One more time.
No, I love it.
We're going to play the whole thing because it's a little longer, so it's going to... By the way, I hate the fucking Beatles. I'll never say anything otherwise.
Rip this podcast.
Don't say that to Robbie Vegas.
I fucking hate the Beatles. All right, we're going to move on to Dave Richards' number 10 overall player, and that would be... Oh, wait for it. Where is it? I got the drop somewhere. Why can't I remember where this fucking drop is? I have the drop for him.
Hey there, little fella.
Kyler Murray. He has number 10.
Worthy of a drop.
I beg to differ. I actually have Kyler Murray a little bit higher. I have him at 8. Just because I have him above Dak and I have him above Stroud, and that is because his running. I mean, he just runs the ball. He runs the ball more than Dak and Stroud. I had no problem putting him over Stroud. Dak was a little bit tough, but you know what? I'm going to take Kyler Murray. We make fun of him, but that dude has finished in the top 5 like two times in his career. This is going to be his 6th season, so it's like. The guy has shown plenty of times that he can fucking make it happen with his little legs. He's like a little dachshund just running around the field, and he's got legs. He can throw the ball. He's also like healthy now, coming off of that injury. They brought in a big-time wide receiver for him. This is going to hurt Dave's soul, but they gave him probably the best receiver he's ever had. I mean, Nuke is great, but this Marvin Harrison could be the next big thing. Maybe. So, like, he's got no really other running options. I mean, with James Conner, come on, it's fucking James Conner. Like he'll get fantasy points, but he's just there. Like, so I love him. I love him at 8. I'm comfortable having him at 8. At 10, if you get him at 10, lucky you. So Adam, we'll start with you.
I have him at 8 as well, and for that reason alone. And he's a huge runner. All he does is run.
No, he's actually a tiny runner.
He's a small runner, but he's a little runner. But he runs a lot. And you're right, he's never really had receivers to throw to outside of Nuke, and he was the only one there. And then they brought in Hollywood Brown, and he was the only one there. And
but they never played. Those two were always hurt,
right?
Suspended. It was just so.
And Kyler Murray, man, when he came back from his injury halfway through the season or whatever it was, he was putting up some numbers. Like, he was still, like, I actually started him towards the end of the season in one of my leagues that I was completely out of. Ended up coming in third in the league, by the way, with Kyler Murray as my quarterback.
Saints Joe was starting him in the finals against you, wasn't he?
I think he might have. I'll have to look at it, but yeah, I mean, and like you said, he has finished in the top 5, and he has the potential to be up there. He might not get you any passing yards, but he's going to get you rushing touchdowns. He's going to get you those rushing yards that add up. And yeah, I like Kyler Murray at 8. I don't think I'd go. I almost put him higher, but then I had to think about that one. But
let me jump on your back here because what you said about his end of the year numbers. So he started from what week is this? This is week 10. He started from week 10 on. So I just lost him. Hang on. He started from week 10 on. There he is. So he had a bye week in there. So 6 games. 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 games. He had 18, 22, 20, 11.8, 15.3, 20, 24, 17, 19. So like, pretty good for coming off a fucking knee injury.
Right.
And he's coming off the knee injury. He's gonna have Marvin Harrison Jr. and of course we forgot to mention Trey McBride. So I expect a good bounce back season. So what do you got on him, Dave?
I fucking hate Kyler Murray. Also at number 8. Listen,
yes.
I fucking hate Kyler Murray, okay? I fucking hate him. But listen, this is a fantasy show. I want to give good advice. Kyler Murray will finish in the top 10 of quarterbacks this year if he stays healthy. I don't like the dude, but we've seen him do it before. He's a decent quarterback with a lot of running potential. We've seen him finish in the top 5 before. Marvin Harrison Jr., I wouldn't say his best weapon because we haven't seen him on the field, but very easily could be his best weapon ever. The resurgence of Trey McBride. Don't sleep on Michael Wilson, who came on strong last year. And it also just, this is kind of stupid, but if you look at it, if you look at his schedule, he's playing like 12 games in a dome this year. This dude's gonna finish in the top 10.
Well, can I ask you something? You said something I didn't like. You said the re-emergence of Trey McBride. Like, why did you phrase it like that? Because like he was either a rookie or only a second-year player last year. He's not like an old guy. If I said emergence, or re-emergence, I just meant emergence. I was just making sure. The emergence of Trey McBride. Yeah, he was an elite option in that offense. He was their number 2 behind fucking 97-year-old Zach Ertz. The moment Zach Ertz got dropped or whatever it was, didn't he get cut or something, or whatever it was? Trey McBride went. Yeah, traded. Okay. Yeah, I think he was traded. And then Trey McBride went through the roof. So I just was clarifying that. Yeah. So wow, we are on the same fucking track with everything until possibly now, because we are going to talk about Brock Purdy. I've been leading the conversation. Dave, you lead this conversation about Brock Purdy.
Yeah, I mean, he's got Brock Purdy,
at 11,
sitting comfortably at 11. That's right where I have him too. I think he's probably the least sexy pick in all of football. Just Mr. Boring, but
irrelevant. Oh, sorry.
Mr. Irrelevant, yeah, but
we never heard that before from him. Did you guys know he was the last pick of the draft?
I did not know that.
Oh wow,
kidding!
That's insane.
That's why.
But here's the thing with Brock Purdy, right? It's really hard for me to see Brock Purdy, and I think 11 is being generous. If we're really going to be just kind of honest here, 11 is generous. I'm putting him at 11 tentatively right now. But if you go back and look at him last season, his efficiency was absolutely insane, and I feel like it's something that he may really have a hard time replicating this year. So don't be surprised if he drops even further. And if Ayuk takes off out of San Francisco, he's dropping even further for me.
Well, somebody called the Undertaker because the streak is over, Dave, because I have him even lower. I have him at 13. Not that far lower. But
I have him even lower than that.
Oh, shit. Well, yeah, he's my number 1 backup. You guys know how I feel about him. He's totally system. He works great for the system. But sometimes systems get figured out. And I don't think he's the guy that has the strong enough arm to beat that system. Guess what? Deebo Samuel gets hurt a lot. And if Ayuk is gone and Deebo Samuel's hurt and Christian McCaffrey's hurt and fucking George Kittle is hurt, like that's not possible. Like literally those 3 guys can't all be hurt at the same time. He's done. He can't run out there with Ray McLeod and put up the numbers that he puts up with those weapons. And I get it. He puts up the numbers. It's fantasy football about numbers. But it's as much of his lack of talent as it is the fragility of his players that I just see. But he's my number one backup. But he's lower.
I don't know if you guys know this, but Deebo Samuel got hurt last year. He was out for 3 games. Guess what? They lost 3 games in a row.
How good did Brock Purdy do in those 3 games? Let me look at Brock Purdy. By the way, in Brock Purdy's defense, he finished 6th last year.
Yeah, he did. When he had Deebo Samuel and
It's true.
and Kittle and McCaffrey on the field at the same time.
Yeah.
I mean, it's also, you got to look at it though as like, I don't know. I'm not disagreeing with your rankings, but I don't think you can go into it ranking a player based on the fact that the weapons around him could get hurt. And in Brock Purdy's defense, I think, and this is in his defense and also me shitting on him, I think he's in a system that it doesn't matter if it's figured out because he relies 100% on his receivers. Anybody can throw a fucking 5-yard dump. And defenses know how to cover a 5-yard dump. What San Francisco has done is given him the weapons that he can just sit back and throw 5-yard slants, and these guys know how to make guys miss and turn them into 40-yard gains.
Yeah.
Anybody in the NFL that can throw a 5-yard pass could be fucking Brock Purdy. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
no, I've been saying that for years.
Yeah.
It's fucking hard to stop, right? It's like you know that Brock Purdy's going to throw a 5-yard slant. It's like, can you hit Deebo Samuel in open space? Can you shake off Christian McCaffrey? It's like,
I would like to think I could hit Deebo Samuel in open space. I would
you
like.
could?
I think
Yeah.
I mean, if it's like 10 yards, I got this.
I mean, I don't know, dude.
So you had him at 11. I had him at 13. Adam, you didn't say where you had him.
I actually have him at 14, so it's not like it's crazy low, but I just have him at 14, and simply because of the fact that you're right, he is a system quarterback. It works for him. It is what it is, and he's got Deebo Samuel, who plays wide receiver and running back. Christian McCaffrey with the injury right now, he's uncertain with Ayuk's future up in the air with the 49ers, and we might be seeing him in a Steelers uniform soon, which is crazy to think about. But I don't think he's a bad quarterback. But the system that they have in place for him, they built it around him, and it works. And you're right, he throws a 5-yard pass, and Deebo Samuel can take it for 40 yards. He throws a lame duck that hits off the defender's helmet, and Ayuk makes a crazy catch on the 2-yard line.
And then everybody's at home going, oh, my God, Brock Purdy.
Oh, my God, Brock Purdy. Yeah, throw. It was about 5 yards short, which is why it hit the fucking defender in the helmet, and Ayuk was able to make the catch.
I think you're setting up perfect, Adam. You're setting up perfect for this segue. Because speaking of lame duck throws, and this guy gets the exact opposite effect. All they do is shit on this guy when it's the exact same system put into place with even better weapons, and this guy gets shit on, and everyone sucks off Brock Purdy, and it's Tua Tagovailoa. They are the same quarterback in the same system, but everybody likes to fucking freak out over Brock Purdy, and everyone shits on Tua. And Dave Richard has him back-to-back in his rankings of 11 and 12, and I have him back-to-back in my rankings of 13 and 14 because they're the same fucking player. So, to me, like, everything's the same. I would even think Tua has better weapons, honestly. So, at least receivers-wise. They both have fantastic receivers. But I actually think both Dolphins receivers are better than both 49ers receivers. So, then there's that. And then, Tua is number 12. And they're the same fucking player to me, so it is what it is. What do you think about him, Adam?
I have Tua even lower than that. I have him at 16.
Okay.
And it's not just me being a biased Bills fan and hating the Dolphins, but I don't think Tua is a very good quarterback. I think they rely way too much on Tyreek Hill's speed, who can take a 5-yard slant to the house. And we've seen it happen in Kansas City. We've seen it happen in Miami. And Jalen Waddle, that guy needs to stay healthy too because he is a great receiver as well. But it's the same deal with him. Like, they're both fast. All they do is get separation, on a 5-yard slant route, and they're gone. Right? They have no tight end. They have two running backs. Somehow Mostert had like 18 touchdowns. Devin Achane is – I don't think he's going to be as good as he was last year. That's just me, though. We'll get to that when we do our running back rankings. But yeah, I have Tua at 16, man.
Okay. I mean, but they're the same player. What do you got him at, Dave?
I got Tua at 12. In a 12-man league, he's a starting quarterback.
So back to back, just like
back to back, just
they're
like
the same guy.
They're the same guy to me. I give the slight edge to Brock Purdy just because he's got CMC, and Tua is a bit of a fair weather quarterback. We talked about this. Tua smashes teams that he's supposed to smash. When he gets into tight games or he gets into games that don't have the greatest weather conditions, struggles a little bit. So slight edge to Brock Purdy from me on that one, but essentially the same guy.
Well, here's the only reason why I think Tua could be better than all of us think. I believe I'm looking it up right now. Who led the NFL in passing yards? I think it was Tua. It was Tua. Tua led the league in passing yards last year, and Adam's so mad he's gone. Tua led the league in passing yards, and Adam brought up the point that Raheem Mostert had 18 rushing touchdowns. Raheem Mostert is not going to have 18 rushing touchdowns again. You know what I mean? So, like, it's not going to happen. So, like, if Tua picks it up with, like, 5 or 6 more passing touchdowns and leading the league in passing yards, like, the guy could be a top 10 player. So,
He easily could be a top 10 player. That's why I said in a 12-man league, he's a starting quarterback.
Yeah. We had all those guys pretty much the same. I just want to blow through a few of these. Do either of you have any of the next few guys on this list here in your top 12?
No.
Is there anybody in your top 12 that we didn't talk about? Is more?
Nope.
No?
Yeah.
Okay, who do you got?
I have two guys in my top 12 that you guys might laugh at.
So we know one of them is Matt Stafford. We know Matt Stafford's one of them.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, I have Baker at 11 and Stafford at 12.
Okay.
And the reason why I have Baker at 11 is because he had his best season as a quarterback last year with Tampa Bay Bucks, okay? And they have the exact same team returning for him again. Mike Evans, Chris Godwin. Give me Baker all day. And Baker finished what? Where did he finish last year?
10,
I think. So he's one down before, but top 10 quarterback last year. Baker, nobody ever thought he'd ever crack the top 10 in his career. And you got Mike Evans and Chris Godwin again, both fully healthy. Baker's playing very well. Yeah, and then Stafford,
everything you said about Baker, you can apply to Stafford. Like he's got his weapons.
Exactly.
He's got
his weapons back. They have a very good offensive line. Cooper Kupp is back healthy fully. Puka's got the injury now, but he might not have the numbers he had last year. But Matt Stafford is just that guy that is quietly on nobody's radar because I don't know why. He was throwing 5,000 yards in Detroit with one receiver. Now he's got a running back in Kyron Williams. Blake Corum is his backup. Puka Nacua had an excellent rookie season, and Cooper Kupp is we all know what Cooper Kupp is capable of. I know he's getting older; he's in his 30s now, but that offense still runs through Cooper Kupp.
But everybody is excited about Diggs, who's 30, but shitting on Kupp. Like the fantasy football community, everyone's excited about Diggs being the third wide receiver. It's just, they're ridiculous. I hate the fantasy football community. Funny story before I tell you my two guys. I remember I was doing a voice text, and I said Puka Nacua, and the voice text put it in as pooped in the cooler.
Nice.
And that is his nickname from now. He pooped in the cooler. So my 11 and 12 are actually 1-2 punch of the rookies. I think Caleb Williams is going to be a top quarterback this year. 11. I am at 11. He has got the best trio of wide receivers in the NFL, plus a very good tight end, plus a very good pass catching running back. it's not often that you get a very sought after, talented rookie that joins a team of that many studs. I mean, even if you look at Joe Burrow comes in with T. Higgins his first year, gets hurt, then gets another stud the second year, and is off to the races. And Caleb Williams, I just feel, is going to finish in the top 12 this year and be a number one. And actually have his cohort, Jaden Daniels, at 12, just because of the running. I have him above Tua and Brock Purdy just because of the running. If anybody could have more rushing yards than Murray and Jackson, it's this rookie. I mean, his rushing alone could put him in the top 6 if he has that kind of rushing season. And then, whatever. Maybe he passes like shit. Maybe he doesn't. But that's why I have him at 12. I'm way more confident in Caleb Williams. But when I'm sitting here looking at fucking Jaden Daniels and Brock Purdy, I'm taking Jaden Daniels just because of the Heisman Trophy winning quarterback, the stud, the fast 40 time. I mean, I'll take him. I mean, God fucking damn, Sam Howell was a top 12 quarterback last year. Sam fucking Howell was a top 12 quarterback on this team last year. They bring in Jaden Daniels, and they bring in Cliff Kingsbury to run the offense. Cliff Kingsbury ran the offense for Patrick Mahomes, and he ran the offense for, hey there, little fella, in fantasy football to finish a third. So I would love if I can nab Caleb Williams as my second quarterback, because I know I probably can because I have him ranked higher. And there's that. So those are my two. You guys don't even need to say it. You guys hate rookies. Is there any chance any of the rookies are a little higher on your list?
Jaden Daniels is 13.
They're not even in my top
13. My man. See, good. I love Adam when he's like this.
Jaden Daniels.
I don't have any rookie in my top 20.
Is 13 for me, and for the exact reasons that you said. Sam Howell excelled in this offense. I do believe in Jaden Daniels. The rushing ability is absolutely insane, and we talk about it all the time. Fantasy quarterbacks, rushing is king. And you know, he's 13. He's right outside my starting quarterbacks in a 12-man league. He's technically going to be a backup quarterback, in my opinion. And if you're going to take a backup quarterback, which most people don't, you might as well fucking swing for the fences. Because why do you want to sit there and grab Aaron Rodgers as your fucking backup quarterback when you can just grab fucking Aaron Rodgers off the waiver wire when you need him? So
yeah, Adam, why would you want to do that?
If you're gonna take a backup quarterback, swing
Aaron
for the
Rodgers is
fences.
not coming on my team at all.
He's coming somewhere.
Yeah.
Listen, I don't hate any of your guys' logic. Okay, I don't. I agree with it. I have no problem taking a swing for the fences if I need a backup quarterback and Jaden Daniels is sitting there. No problem drafting him as my second quarterback. But for me, we all know that I hate rookies, especially rookie quarterbacks. I need to see it before I even think about putting them in the list.
Well, I'll tell you, I've seen it from.
I don't care what they did in college, man. That is a totally different ball game.
I was going to say the people that I have below him. I'll give my 13 to 20 for everyone at home. You guys could do it too. So I got Caleb at 11. So again, I got Josh, Patrick Mahomes, Jalen, Lamar, Richardson, Burrow, Love, Murray, Dak, Stroud, Caleb Williams, and Jaden Daniels. All right, so 13 through 20. I have Brock Lesnar, Tua, Trevor Lawrence, Jared Goff, Herbie, Justin Herbert, Matt Stafford, Kirk Cousins, and Aaron Rodgers. And like you said, I have seen all those guys play in the NFL. And I'm going to take easily Jaden Daniels above any of those guys. The only one that, I have him at 17. We all know Herbie can but it's with Jim Harbaugh. So, like Adam would say, I want to see it first, especially with Jim Harbaugh. So what about you, Dave? What's your 12 through, or your 13 on?
13 through 20, I got 13 Jaden Daniels, 14 Matthew Stafford, 15 Trevor Lawrence, 16 Jared Goff, 17 Kirk Cousins, 18 Caleb Williams, 19 Baker Mayfield, and 20 Aaron Rodgers.
Okay, and we both got Aaron at 20. Man, Dave, we're on fire, Dave. What about you, Adam? What you got?
All right, my 13 is Deshaun Watson.
Whoa, okay.
I had Brock Purdy at 14, Jared Goff at 15, Tua at 16, Trevor Lawrence at 17, Herbert at 18, Kirko at 19, and my top 20 rounds out with Justin Fields.
Yeah, that's not a bad one. I mean, he's not the starter, but I get it.
Are you sure about that?
Right, as of now, you're right. He's not the starter, but he's definitely.
I'm basing it on him starting I think he can have a better season than Russell Wilson. He's younger. He runs more. And if they do end up making this massive trade for Brandon Ayuk, they're going to set him up with the best offense that he's ever had.
I mean, Justin Fields is a great fantasy football quarterback, and that's all I'm saying. I'm not taking the word fantasy out of it, but like fantasy football, he's a great quarterback. So, well, there's your top 20 quarterbacks and your top 10 tight end guys. We got a lot done today. I just put in the chat. You guys don't have to do it, but let's do a quick mock draft if you guys can stay up. What do you guys got?
I got one in me.
Yeah. All right. I put it in the chat because Jay's not here. So I'll pick the last position. You Dave, you have won because you were so close with me on Jaden Daniels. You have won the. You can claim your spot first, and then Adam can claim his spot second. So Dave can claim his spot first.
Your link ain't working. My internet's fucked.
Maybe it's not. I'll do it again. Don't worry, folks. It's a coming. I think it said something weird. Let me see that.
There we go. I got it.
All right, so claim your spot. Dave can claim his spot. Let's see what he takes.
Is it a 12-man league?
This is 12-man league, yep. 17 rounds, double flex. This is our league, basically.
Interesting.
Our fantasy football league.
All right, I'll go back end.
So Dave is at 10. Adam, you can pick your spot.
Let me just pull it up here.
Or you can tell me and I won't pick it.
Hang on, I have to join the draft. Wait, just kidding. So you said 12, Dave, you're at 12?
Dave's at 10.
10.
Oh, Dave's at 10?
10 out of 12.
Okay, I'll take 12.
He's taking 12. Okay. And you know what?
I'm trying to.
You just go ahead, take your time. Just for funsies, since me and Dave had such close rankings, I'm gonna fucking take 9.
You piece of shit.
I mean, it was just quarterback ranking.
What the fuck are you sandwiching me, you dick?
You having a hard time there?
Yeah, it's not letting me click my position for some reason.
Did you click the link?
I had to refresh the page to get it to work properly.
Yeah, let me try this. Open a different browser.
Sorry, we're a bunch of boomers, folks.
Can you send me the link in the chat here?
I did. It's in the chat.
Oh, here it is. Let's try this.
Sorry, guys, we're boomers. It's okay.
There we go. It's not letting me hit claim. That's the problem.
Are you logged in?
All I did was click your link.
I mean, you might not be logged into the sleeper. Well, if you can't get in, you can be the commentator of the draft if it doesn't work for you.
Hold on.
People at home are getting antsy. Too bad. They're going to have to wait.
It's just the draft is coming up, and I see you both in your spots, and it's just not letting me. Let me log in.
Yeah, that's probably all. Hurry up and log in.
I'm doing my best.
That's okay.
The struggle is real.
It is fucking
It
real.
really is, dude. I heard that.
We're going to get a copyright strike, aren't we?
Probably.
We should stop that.
There we go.
Did you get it?
Now we're in. Yeah.
See, the theme song fucking worked, guys. All you had to do.
I just needed to log in.
Okay, folks, sorry about the delay. There's no editing here at this podcast. So 12-team PPR, dual flex league. I got 9. Zags got 10. Adam's got 12. Let's snake each other's motherfuckers. So Jamar Chase, first overall. Christian McCaffrey, CeeDee Lamb, Tyreek Hill, Justin Jefferson, Breece Hall, Amon-Ra, Puka. Did they fucking leave me Breece Hall? Are you fucking serious? Did they leave me Breece Hall?
Yeah, you got picked at 6, dude.
I didn't mean Brees Hall. I was worried because I didn't share the screen. Sorry, folks at home.
Saquon Barkley. Yeah, they left him. He's still there for you.
Dave knows who I'm taking.
He's taking baby boy.
Taking baby boy.
Of course.
There it is. Now we're saving. Now we shared it. Bijan. Fuck, he's going to lead the league in rushing. Bijan Robinson. Leaving it there for Dave. Dave, would you have taken Bijan?
I would have taken Bijan there. Without it.
Puka before Bijan? Get the fuck out of here, people. Jesus.
Yeah. Yeah, but see, here's the problem, right? I fucking know this isn't going to work because I fucking know Adam.
Oh, he's taking Kyron. Don't worry.
Give me Saquon.
Oh, you dick.
You're a sick fuck, Dave.
Yeah.
He's sick fuck taking the great running back at the best running team in the NFL with the best offensive line. You son of a bitch.
I gotta do it. But I know what Adam's doing. Yeah, there we go. And then where's part 2 of the equation?
I had to.
Yeah. Speaking of running backs that get hurt all the time.
All the time. He had 1 season.
He's had 2 seasons because his first year he missed the whole year, and the second year he missed 6 games.
There it is.
Wow.
Oh, damn it.
Wow. I'm surprised you didn't go with Gibbs there. I thought you would go with Gibbs there.
Wow.
I can't with Monty there, man.
Yeah,
he just takes so many touchdowns.
I cannot believe that just happened.
By the way, I think a great hold I have in our fantasy football league, a keeper, is Jonathan Taylor in the 7th round. Go me. He's going on the 1st and 2nd. Derrick Henry, you dick.
I'm doing it.
Shit.
Okay. Did you think Adam was taking Derrick Henry there, not Taylor?
No. I was mad that Gibbs went 11th. I knew he was going Kyron JC.
Can we just look at this? Why the fuck? On the 4th pick of the 2nd round, the top 4 fucking players are Garrett Wilson. Hang on. Marvin Harrison. I mean, he's a rookie, but Devontae Adams, 45 years old, with Aiden O'Connell. Drake fucking London. Like, are you kidding me? Those are the next 4 best players.
That's why I find myself time and time again just wanting to leave the first 2 rounds with 2 running backs because I just after these top like 8 wide receivers, it's like they fall off a fucking cliff.
It's fucking insanity. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going something different. Old reliable. Travis Kelce here.
Bam.
Fucking taking Travis Kelce. No. Olave, no. Laporta, fair.
Oh, my God.
Josh Allen, Achane. I'll tell you what, team one.
Collins, Diggs, Samuel. I don't love any of these dudes.
It's ridiculous. I'll tell you what, I like what team one did right here. They got Jamar Chase.
Team 6 off the bat.
We're talking about team 6 in a second.
I hate team 6, man.
Team one got Chase, Josh Allen, and Devin Achane. All 3 of those players could effectively be number 1 at their position. I know we don't really like Achane too much, but if he's as explosive as he's shown, he could be number 1 at the position. Josh definitely probably will be, and Chase could be. So they had a nice start there at 1. I'll say that. I don't like Team 8, man. Team 8 started with Puka Nacua and Drake London. Awful. And
okay, I changed my mind. I think I hate. Oh man, I hate 6 more than I hate 8, but it's 1 and 2 right there for
6 is Brees Hall, who's going to be good. Chris Olave, who
sure,
yeah, it's tough, and Pacheco, like whatever.
Here's the team I hate, right? Team 7, right? Okay, St. Brown, great. Garrett Wilson, trash. Mike Evans, great. But you're now in the 4th round without a running back. Like, you are so fucked at this point. If you go to the 4th round without a running back, you're so fucked.
Dave, I got to pause you because I got to make my pick here in 45 seconds. And I have Bijan Robinson, I have Travis Kelce, but I have no receiver. But you know what? I think he's going to be a top 12 guy, and he's sitting there. So give me James Cook here. I'll take him there. All I took him over was Rashad White. I'm happy to take James Cook over Rashad White. You think Rashad White's a better pick than James Cook?
I think it's comparable.
I mean, Adam said it was crazy, so
I think it's
I didn't say it was crazy.
Oh, I thought you said it's great. Okay, yeah. I mean, they're comparable, and I just think Cook's gonna have the better of the year. So
I would agree with that. I think they're very comparable players.
Okay. So Zags, you're here with 2 great running backs there. I like what you did.
So I'm sitting here right now. It's very obvious I need a wide receiver, and I know DJ Moore and Jalen Waddle are sitting there, but I just don't love them as much as I love this dude.
You took Pity City, that they call him. Okay, I like Pittman. And then it went DJ Moore with Adam. Adam, both you guys, look at us, by the way. 2 running backs to start, and then I took a tight end. So, 3 picks in for most of us, except Adam as of now, and only one receiver taken out of us. So there's a chance that only 2 receivers out of 9 picks. That's kind of against the grain.
It really is.
Considering there's 2 teams on this that have 3 receivers already.
Yeah, but we've talked about it all the time, man. This wide receiver love is just getting out of control now.
Out of control.
It's literally getting out of control now.
It's that second round. I just still got a minute 20 at him. My mind is blown for Drake London, Garrett Wilson, Chris Olave, Marvin Harrison, Devontae Adams in the second round. Blown. Those are 4th round receivers. Literally, guys, I think almost every receiver in the 3rd round is better than those guys.
And I'm going to tell you what right now is I can't believe he's even sitting here. Bang.
Yeah, Cooper Kupp's better than those guys. I totally agree. Great pick. That's who I was hoping fell back to me. He went Kupp and Andrews, Jalen Hurts, and it's back to you, Dave.
All right, I would love to go wide receiver right here, but I just, I don't know. We've had a run of tight ends, and I'm super high on this dude, so I'm just going to go ahead and take him right.
Trey McBride. Hey, that's going to be my keeper in the 15th round. How do you like that?
It's pretty fucking solid keeper.
Now, here's I have no receivers. Jalen Waddle, Malik Neighbors, DK Metcalf. But you know what? My number 1 quarterback's available too, in Patrick Mahomes. So, I'm doing it. Patrick Mahomes. I got the Mahomes-Kelsey connection.
He's got the stack.
No, and I've got no receivers now. I know it's a little different. This is what mock drafts are for, right? So let's see if a good receiver falls to me. So I'll go over the picks in a second here for the people on the audio. Okay, so I took Mahomes. So after that went Neighbors over Waddle. I like Neighbors, but over Waddle, that's tough. Then Mixon, Metcalf, White, Rashard White, Tank Dell, Kenneth Walker, Devontae Smith, Zay Flowers, way too early, Lamar Jackson, Dalton Kincaid, Alvin Kamara, George Pickens, CJ Stroud in the fucking 5th round, Amari Cooper, T. Higgins. That sucks. I was hoping T. Higgins fell to me, honestly. So now I'm here with no wide receiver, and the best ones available for the number 1 receiver for me is one of my favorite boys. So got to take him, right?
Baby boy.
Got to take him. Taking him. I'm okay with it.
Okay. All right. Yeah. So now I'm sitting here. I don't hate the Keenan Allen pick. So now I'm sitting here. I obviously need a wide receiver too. But I just don't love the names on here. I think wide receiver is pretty deep, and I'm not going to stretch right now. I think it's fine. I think it's fine to go ahead and do it. Quarterbacks are coming off the board. I'm just going to go ahead and grab my guy right there.
Oh, Rich. So now you got the stack.
No, I got the stack, yeah.
We both went the stack. Nice.
Sure do.
Well, Adam's going to get the stack because he's going to draft Stafford in the 7th round.
7th round? I'll be able to get him in the fucking 12th round, brother. Yeah, this is great. I have Kyron Williams and JT, and now my thought process here too is I have Cooper Kupp and Mark Andrews, right? I have 2 receiving options already. But I am going to take another wide receiver here. And this might be a little bit of a reach for him, but in the 5th round, give me some Chris Godwin.
And you're not up. Well, you got to pick in the 6th round, but then you're not up for a while. So
I do.
You want him?
I'm not up for a bit. So yeah. I do need another guy here. I have my 2 wide receivers, and we do have a double flex here too. So
Adam, before you make your pick, you got a minute and 40 seconds here. What do you think about Team 5 and 7? Look at Team 7.
Team 7.
Team 5 and Team 7, who have 0 running backs, is
nothing but past receiving options. Between them, 8 players. There's 10 players, and 9 of them are wide receivers.
Listen, I am all for a double flex, right? So they have the option to absolutely start all 4 of their wide receivers, and Team 7 has 5 wide receivers. But again, only 4 can start, okay? So Team 5 looks a little bit better because they have that Laporta option in there at tight end.
Yeah.
So I mean, his starting wide receivers are those, Jefferson, Samuel, Metcalf, Pickens. Okay, I don't hate that. What I hate is that you don't have a running back to do anything with. And Team 7 just has 5 wide receivers. Now you're going to be debating on which 4 you're going to fucking start every week because the guy on your bench is going to have 20-plus points too. But here I'm looking at another another running back because I do have my 3 receiving options and I do like to have a third running back just because. And here I am going to take the touchdown vulture himself, David Montgomery.
Monty, okay. Oh, and then Kyle Pitts went, and then you got Trey McBride. So wait, where did Pitts go? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pitts was the 6th. So now, I mean, you guys had him super low. I felt I was high on him. He went even higher.
I didn't even have him in my top 10.
So, and he's going 6 here in this draft. So, it's not only me, guys. It's not only me.
Yep. All right, yeah, so I'm sitting here right now. Again, just like Adam, I kind of like leaving these top rounds with 3 running back options, especially in a flex league, and we're getting to the point where, I don't know, running back is really going to start falling off a cliff here soon. I know James Conner is great, but I'm actually going DeAndre Swift because honestly, James Conner can't stay on the field, and Trey Benson is nothing to scoff at. So give me some DeAndre
I was
Swift
debating on DeAndre Swift there, but
fucking dickhead, one of my baby boys.
yeah, well, that's what happens when you want to fucking sandwich me.
That's what's. I'm gonna fucking sandwich you here. Actually, no. I'm gonna sandwich. I'm gonna get Patrick Mahomes his 2 slices of bread because you know what? I'm gonna take Rashee Rice.
Not a bad option.
I'm doubling down here on Pat Mahomes. Then we went Connor, Kittle, Kirk, Burrow, McLaurin, Prescott, Ingram, Ramondre Stevenson, Jaden Reed. Jaden Reed was there for me too. Adunzie, Addison, Pollard, Chubb, Worthy. No, thank you. Najee Harris. Bro, I'm not going to lie. I was hoping I would get Najee Harris because Najee Harris I think is going to be pretty good. Compared to where you're drafting him, pretty good this year. So whom I'm going to take here is because I'm going to take another running back here. You know what? Honestly, guys, I think I fucked up on my last pick. I'm not going to change it because I wasn't paying attention. He's still there. I'm not going to take him, though. I should have took Hollywood Brown. That's who I should have took. That's who I meant to take.
That's who I thought you were going to take.
Yeah, I should have taken him, but that's fine. I'll leave him. Hollywood Brown's still there. I just kind of I just was like, oh, Patrick Mahomes, but whatever. Really, that pick should have been him. So I'm going to look at the running backs here. We got Zamir White, Raheem Mostert, Jonathan Brooks, who came out as injured, so I'm not going to go with him. Javonte Williams. Don't love them, don't hate them all. Looking back at the receivers, oh boy, not loving a lot here. Oh God, I'm feeling it. I'm going to take Zamir White here. He's like the only game in town in Vegas, so I'm going to take him.
Okay, so I'm going to take who you should have taken. Give me a little bit of that Chiefs offense. I need a wide receiver.
That's fine.
I don't hate that pick. I was going to take him if you didn't.
Honestly, I would take, for folks at home, in my rankings, Hollywood's going to be above Rashee in my rankings. So Hollywood should have went where I'm at, but you get it.
So, I'm sitting here with 3 running backs, essentially 3 wide receivers if you count Mark Andrews because he's a tight end, but you still play him as a receiver, right? Pass catching option for Lamar. But I'm bolstering my wide receiver core here. I'm going to add a couple guys, and the first one being, I think this guy could be good. I don't really want to take him here, so I'm just going to stick with the safe Calvin Ridley pick here, even though he's got Will Levis throwing him the ball.
Tighten up.
And then I'm going to do it to Dave right now because this is his guy. I'm taking Deion Coleman here.
Oh, wow.
Oh, and then they took Javonte Williams right after that, who I was considering taking on the swing here. So
I thought about Christian Watson, but I needed a piece of that Bills offense. Sorry, Dave.
No worries.
He's so upset.
It's not even a real draft, and I'm so mad.
Adam, we both know who he's going to take. He's sitting there at wide receiver.
He is sitting.
He's sitting right there.
Yeah, no, it's sitting. He is.
It's
fine.
Here, you know what? Here, I got you, Dave. Hang on. I got him. I got you.
He's injured for 4 weeks.
There you go, David. I mean, I did it for you.
No, that's fine. Go ahead. Give me some D-Hop.
I took it a little bit off your plate. I didn't want you hurting your hands.
No, that's fine. That's fine.
I wanted to take Jaden Reed earlier. He didn't come back to me, so Adam mentioned him too. Yeah, I'm going to take Christian Watson here as my second flex. I'm okay with that. Now, little fella, Raheem Mostert, Deontay Johnson, Zach Moss still in a Bills jersey in that picture, and Devin Singletary in a Bills jersey. Lad McConkey, Brian Thomas, David Njoku, JSN, Austin Eckler, Jalen Warren, Jordan Love, Brock Purdy. Thankfully, Jordan Love went Brock. There he is, guys. I'm not the only one. Where Caleb Williams, guys, went in the 9th round. I'm not the only one. But that could also be, I don't know what number he is. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So he went 12 in the 9th round. So that's just showing people at home I'm not the only one. He went as the 12th quarterback in this draft. Back to me. Hey, look, Romeo Doubs is there. And I like Romeo Doubs, but I think Jaden Reed took Romeo Doubs' job towards the end of the season. Romeo Doubs was great last year, but I do think Jaden Reed took it. So I'm going to take the real Bills' #1 receiver, and Curtis Samuel. Let's fucking go. Whoops. Didn't mean to click his name. Curtis Samuel. Let's fucking go.
I am fine with that.
Dave's really mad at me.
I did only take Coleman because it's a mock draft, and I was before Dave, and I had to take him because he was going to. So
how dare you? How dare you?
I did.
Okay.
I'll admit, my strategy was get him before Dave.
It's not a bad strategy. All right, sitting here right now, there's a couple things going on. I like Trey Benson. I like Tajay Spears. But I really think people are sleeping on Brian Robinson this year.
I promise you Adam's taking Tajay Spears. Oh, no, he's not!
I had the finger on the plus to take Tajay Spears on that one.
So you went Brian Robinson and the team. I couldn't, Dave. I legally couldn't take Brian Robinson, but that's because I have Bijan Robinson, and that's not allowed.
No, that's okay. That makes sense.
You can't have too many. That's too many Robinsons.
Too many B Robinson.
Right. But here we go. Now, this is such a tough pick here, only because I feel like I have some pretty good running backs. I feel like I have some pretty good wide receivers. I hate taking a backup tight end because I'll just stream one later on.
Or you could start with a flex. Don't forget.
I have 2 flexes already.
You don't have a quarterback.
I don't have a quarterback yet.
Right, because you're going Matt Stafford later.
Because I am going to go Matt Stafford, but I am actually going to take him with my next pick. But I am going to take another running back here, and I am going to take the handcuff to Kyren Williams. I'm okay with Blake Corum just to back him up a little bit. You know, he did have that ankle injury late in the season, and Kyren did come back and finish his stellar second year. But here in the 10th round, I'm good with taking Stafford as my quarterback at 10. There's a couple guys that we had ranked above him, but, well, not me, because, Stafford is my boy.
Yep. All right. And then the Zags, you're up.
I do like the quarterback to wide receiver connection.
We all did it. We all got the QB connection. I double dipped.
Sitting here, I don't really love anybody in this exact spot, so I think now is right about the time. Might as well just go ahead and pull the trigger and see what the kick is.
Son of a bitch. Actually, I was considering him, but there's a running back hanging around that I'm going to go with, and that's going to be Gus Edwards. Gus Edwards is going into Jim Harbaugh's team, who likes to pound the rock with a big back. And by the way, the offensive coordinator is what's his fucking name? Is that Greg Roman? Right? Is Greg Roman?
I'm not. I think so. Yeah. I have to look it up. But I actually thought about Gus Edwards there, but I was very happy with my first 3 running backs, and I didn't really need.
Whoever was the offensive coordinator in Baltimore last few years, I think it was Greg Roman, who likes to pound the rock and loves Gus Edwards. So I'm gonna take him there. Jared Goff, Tua, Zeke, Dobbs, Dalton Schultz. None of us had Dalton Schultz in the top 10 of the tight ends. Chase Brown, Trey Benson.
Too many weapons at wide receiver now.
Yeah. Jameson Williams, Justin Herbert, A.D. Mitchell, Ford, Cortland Sutton, Pat Fryermuth, Cole Kmet, Khalil Shakir. Oh, Tyler Lockett in the almost 12th round. That's the latest he's ever been drafted, right?
Clearly, yeah.
Sure, fair to say. I mean, are we for sure?
Go? Yeah, and Jigba.
Yeah, Jigba went.
Yeah, 9th round.
Yeah.
Oh, that's very interesting. I'm not sure. I'm not sure JSN is won the second job to be real.
Right.
Be real
I don't
sure.
think he has either. He had flashes of some good games last year, but he definitely wasn't a solid.
Yeah.
Number 2.
I'm right with you. And speaking of taking a number 2, Kirk Cut. No. You know what? I've always been high on the guy. He gets hurt. It's the 11th fucking round. He's got one of the best quarterbacks he's ever had. Let me see what Mike Williams can fucking do here.
Boom.
Let's see what
Did
Mike.
it.
Damn. Just activated off the pup list, too.
Yeah, let's see what Mike Williams could do with Aaron Rodgers. He's my 5th.
That's a decent pick. Okay. Clearly, I am weak at wide receiver. Guy sitting here who's been one of my favorite late round targets. Almost didn't get him, but I'm just gonna go ahead and take Jacoby Myers right now. Quietly, always
You
has
son
a
of a
decent
bitch.
season.
Yeah, you're right.
You son of a bitch. I guess that was my payback for taking Keon.
I'll trade you.
Deal. Oh, man, this is where the late round picks can really make or break your draft, right? You look for these late guys to kind of have something going on, but here's a guy that I want to take. Here's a guy.
You sounded like Matt. Now here's a guy.
Here's a guy that I'm gonna take because Justin Herbert has no wide receivers because I don't have confidence in Quentin Johnston.
Well, I got the Quentin Johnson
Joshua
drop.
Palmer.
Here's a Quentin Johnson drop.
Yeah, pretty much. And no, if Saints Joe is listening, I will not trade for Quentin Johnston. So please don't include him in any of your trades this year.
He's keeping him, baby. He's keeping him.
Wow.
Yeah. Round 12 is just kind of a toss-up here for me. I'm going to go with another running back only because you can never have too many running backs. And here's a guy, okay, that a lot of people might be sleeping on. And I might be reaching for him a little bit, but we talked about this, I believe, a couple weeks ago, about pass-catching running backs out of New England. And I'm taking Antonio Gibson.
Very nice.
It's a great pick.
And then Zach Charbonnet went.
All right, where's my guy? He's got to be around here somewhere. Nope. Going deep. Okay. Still weak at wide receiver, so I'm just throwing some darts at this point. But I always love this dude, and always quietly has a decent season. Give me some Brandon Cooks.
Okay, fair enough. The two guys I'm considering here, I'm not going to get both of them. He's not going to fall back. I'm thinking of Jalen Wright, the rookie running back out of Miami. Yes, he's third in line, but the two guys above him haven't been, strong. And the two guys above him are oft injured, is what I'm looking to say. And he was their 4th round pick, but this guy led his team in rushing last year. They drafted a rookie who's also hurt now for 6 weeks. And I think Chuba Hubbard can, as my 5th running back, give me some points early in the season. So give me Chubes. Big Booty, Jerry Jeudy, Jalen Wright, Kirk Cousins, Xavier Leggett, Aaron Rodgers, Raheed Shaheed, Justin Tucker, it's starting, Luke Musgrave, J.K. Dobbins, Kendre Miller, Gabe Davis, Rico Dowell, Harry Barker, Josh Downs, Evan McPherson, 49ers, Dean's back to me. So I didn't get him like I thought I wouldn't get him. We're getting to the depths, boys. We've got 5 more picks each. We're getting into the depths of things here now. I'm going to take a guy here who was really good last year and for some reason is ranked 174 in Adam Thielen.
My guy.
I took
Adam Thielen.
I took 2 Panthers back to back.
That's crazy.
Yeah. To be fair, I shit on Thielen here and there because I think he's getting washed up.
With Deontay Johnson there, man.
174 though. That's he should be higher. He should be higher than 174. Okay.
It's not a bad pick. Not a bad pick. Okay.
I don't hate it.
This could be a questionable move just because we don't really know what's going on right now. But at this moment in time, I'm not too convinced that Ayuk stays with San Francisco. So I'm going to go ahead and take some Ricky Pearsall.
Very good. Oh, Troy Franklin. I think Troy Franklin could be a
That's a good pick. I like Ricky Pearsall a lot, actually, and I think he's been really, really good in training camp. He just got injured, though, with the shoulder, but, it is what it is. And here's a guy that I'm going to take. No, I'm kidding. Actually, maybe not. Damn, okay. So I really wanted Rico Dowdle here.
Gone.
I know he is gone. I'm seeing that now. I did want him, though, only because I don't think Zeke is Zeke anymore. But here's what I'm going to do. I am also going to make another handcuff pick here and take the oft-injured Mark Andrews tight end backup, Isaiah Likely.
Yeah, very nice.
And you never know if he's going to stay on the field or not. But Likely has played very, very well in Mark Andrews' absence. So I'm happy with having both of those guys.
To be fair, though, he also seems to be oft-injured, too. He gets hurt a bit. Yeah, I
don't remember him getting hurt, but okay.
But not like Mark Andrews, that's for sure.
Yeah, sure. And I'm really torn here, but I think I'm going to do this anyway, just to add some more depth to my my already crowded running back room. I'm taking Jaleel McLaughlin here. Because I'm not really convinced that Javonte Williams is going to start in Denver.
What's up, Pantera?
Not a bad pick. Okay, next up, man, I'm going wide receiver freaking heavy. But give me some Jalen Polk right here. I mean, somebody has to catch the ball in New England. Somebody has to catch the ball. So
might have the rookie connection with Drake May, who seems to be having an awful camp, by the way. Drake May, awful. So
hopefully he's buddying up with Jacoby Brissett.
I was like, where you go? I was like, Dave.
Full panic.
I'm happy to get this guy to slide into my lineup because just get some insurance on my first round pick. Give me Tyler Algier to back up Bijan. Okay with that. Jake Elliott, Sennett, Young Hoku, Chandler, Bass, Mayfield, Lloyd, Jets, Kamani Vidal, Cade Otton, Tyreek Hill. Oh, no, that's Taysom Hill. Hunter Henry, Ray Davis, Devontae Wicks. Who the fuck is T. Tracy? Ezekiel Mitchell. Who the fuck is T. Tracy? Who is this? I don't know who that is. I'm just saying.
Okay, so Elijah Mitchell.
No, T. Tracy. I don't know who the fuck that is.
You said Ezekiel Mitchell.
Did I say
Elijah Mitchell?
Yeah, you're right. Elijah Mitchell. I was so flabbergasted. So we got to draft kicker and a defense still. One more spot each plus kicker defense. Am I going to take up a backup quarterback here? I have. Do I want to take? You know what? Give me my boy DJ. I think Daniel Jones is going to be better than people think. I think he might be a top 15, 16. So I'll take him.
Ouch.
I didn't rank him that way, obviously, but
whoa,
he could be pretty good.
All right, kind of a shot in the dark time here. I'm just gonna go ahead and take Braylon Allen. I need a running back, and could be. I know this is Brees Hall's show, but it could be a little bit of a goal.
Gets hurt too, though.
Yep.
I am going to take a backup quarterback here. And the reason being is because he's still on the board, and I'm taking Deshaun Watson.
Of course, you had him at 13 or whatever, so that makes sense.
I sure did. Now I need a kicker.
You would be totally comfortable going into the season with Stafford and Watson.
Absolutely.
Cool. All right. I loved Watson last year. Fucking let me down, so I got a bad taste in my mouth with him.
No, I completely agree. But I'm hoping that he's healthy and they add Jerry Jeudy and Njoku stays healthy and
they added who
back and they're gonna big booty Jerry Jeudy. Sorry, that's on me. I'm gonna take my defense here because I got 2 picks left. I need a defense and a kicker. I'm gonna take the number 1 scoring defense in the NFL in the Dallas Cowboys.
Oh, you missed out on Quentin Johnston, bro.
Wow.
Damn it.
Okay.
Oh.
Give me Ravens.
Sorry, Saints Joe.
You just ruined his day. Fuck.
I literally ruined it.
You know what, Eagles? I'm not even going to name it. Let's just get back to me. Come on. Oh, Damian Pierce in the 16th round. Remember him? Holy shit. Bucky Irvin. Jahan Dotson in the 16th. That guy's a second-round pick. Khalil Herbert. Or Jahan Dotson was a first-round pick 3 years ago. Dave's boy, Roshan Johnson. Clyde Edwards-Helaire. Adam, who went in the 8th position for the last round?
Wait, what?
Who went in the 8th pick for the last
the
round?
President of the United States, Alexander Madison.
Thank you very much. And then I'm a big kicker, and I always end my draft.
It shows you how forgotten he is going to Vegas.
I always end my draft being a little gay.
It's not a bad idea. All right, well, whatever.
I do like me some Matt Gay.
Give me a little bit of Miami defense or offense.
All right, who's going to be the Brock Purdy of this draft, Adam?
The Brock Purdy.
Did you know Brock Purdy was the last pick of the draft?
Was he the last pick, really?
Did you know that? Fucking crazy.
I like Fireburn, but he fucking just misses so many kicks all the time. The dude misses.
Wait, did you say Fairborn or Tyler Bass? Who did you?
Both.
Oh man, I am going to take. I like some Daniel Carlson, man. He had some pretty big kicks, and
I was just about to say
that
like,
good. So they're.
I was just about to say why is your last round pick taking so long for your kicker? This is how I pick my kicker at home, folks. When we have our live draft, when it's the last round, I walk up to the sticker sheet, look at the sticker sheet, and go, okay. And then that's how I pick my kicker. I don't fucking even cross them off a list. Okay, so my team out of the 9 hole, should I read the roster or the way we were drafted, Adam? What do you think?
Go round by round.
Go round by round. All right, so my team out of the 9 hole, let me get up here. I'm pick 9 here. We went Bijan Robinson, Travis Kelce, James Cook, Patty Mahomes, Keenan Allen, Rashee Rice, which should have been Hollywood Brown, Zamir White, Christian Watson, Curtis Samuel, Gus Edwards, Mike Williams, Chuba Hubbard, Adam Thielen, Tyler Algier, Daniel Jones, Philadelphia Eagles defense, and Matt Gay. I absolutely love how my team came out. I didn't take a wide receiver to the 5th round, and to still end up no receiver to the 5th round, as opposed to 2 teams that went with 4 and 5. They had 4 and 5 receivers before I took one. I still ended up with Keenan Allen, Rashee Rice, Christian Watson, Curtis Samuel, Mike Williams, and Adam Thielen. Very happy with my team. Zags, you were at 10. How did your team turn out?
We went Saquon, Derrick Henry, Michael Pittman, Trey McBride, Anthony Richardson, DeAndre Swift, Hollywood Brown, DeAndre Hopkins, Brian Robinson, Jaden Daniels, Jacoby Myers, Brandon Cooks, Ricky Pearsall, Jalen Polk, Allen, Ravens, and the Sanders. And I absolutely love my team. And again,
love it.
And again, guys, I took one. Chaz took no wide receivers until the 6th round. I took 1 wide receiver until the 7th round, and I love my team.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, I love your team too, Zags, because we all of a sudden you've morphed into me. I'm not going to say it's the other way around. I'm going to say you morphed into me because your nine of your first 10 picks, I would absolutely be happy with. Barkley, Henry, Pittman, McBride, Richardson, Swift, Brown. You guys know those are all my guys. Hopkins, whatever, but right there he was a great pick. And Jaden Daniels, great pick. I love your team. It's very similar to what I would have did, and good job. So, Adam, you're sitting at 12. You're at the butt end of the draft, and I think you came out pretty good.
I was at 12, and I'm actually very happy with my team as well. I got me some Kyron Williams, Jonathan Taylor, Cooper Kupp, Mark Andrews, Chris Godwin, David Montgomery, Calvin Ridley, Keon Coleman, Blake Corum, Matt Stafford, Joshua Palmer, Antonio Gibson, Isaiah Likely, Jaleel McLaughlin, Deshaun Watson, Dallas Cowboys defense, and Daniel Carlson as my kicker.
I like how your team came out.
I'm super happy with my first 6 picks. I went running back, 3 pass catching options, and then another running back. Very happy with that.
Now, you said even in the draft that you reached on Chris Godwin. Seeing how the draft shook out, do you wish you wouldn't have done that?
No, I'm very happy with Godwin. It seems that Evans and Godwin kind of go back and forth from season to season on who's going to have a better season. Obviously, we know Mike Evans is a 1,000-yard receiver every single year he's been in the league. setting that record. But I'm happy with having the number 2 option on that team.
Okay. All right. Well, we did
starting wide receivers.
It's a long, we're almost a 2-hour episode, but the old man wasn't here yelling at us, A, and B, we decided to do a mock draft. So there you go. There you have it. So that's what, is that only the second mock draft we did? I think. Yeah. So it's good. The difference drafting, and we all did it. If I drafted that team that I had right there, I would be so happy. So, all right, guys. Dave, you just told me you have you just recorded a Let's Talk Nerdy, and you might have a little Madden action coming up.
Yeah, if you guys want to check out the Let's Talk Nerdy podcast, you can search us anywhere. Check out the YouTube. That's where everything will be mostly living. We did an episode that comes out tomorrow that we actually reviewed Madden and NBA 2K, both on the same episode. So
tomorrow as in today?
Hell yeah.
Tomorrow as in today. So yeah, as sports fans, if this is this might be the best opportunity for you guys to check out the Let's Talk Nerdy podcast and have it be enjoyable for you. So yeah.
I really appreciate you bringing me on for the NBA episode, brother. That was.
You're so busy now, dude.
That's true. Very true. I could barely get our podcast in. But OPP, man, other people's podcasts. I'm always down.
You're always welcome, man. I'm sure we'll rehash it again after the comments just destroy me. So,
all right, Adam. Thank you for joining us, my friend. You tightening up? How's
my man?
Fighting fever down there?
Oh man, they're upset that Nuke got hurt.
I bet. Bill's it's fucking Dave. It's like the meme of the dog with the cup of coffee. Everything is fine here for Bills fans, right? Isn't that like the whole city's burning because we lost 30-year-old washed up Stephon Diggs? Like it's over. It's over.
Let's just give a quick shout out to the Buffalo Bills marketing team who did a phenomenal job of just making everybody forget that Diggs is gone and just loving Keon Coleman. Absolutely incredible. Great job.
They did not, because everyone still bitches and cries about fucking Diggs and blah. And I love Keon Coleman. I saw him in Walmart. Did I tell you guys?
No.
I saw him in Walmart. I was fucking I was shopping at Walmart, and I catch him out of the corner of my eye in the electronics section. He's like, "Oh, excuse me." He's got that country growl. He's like, "Excuse me, sir." I'm like, "Huh, hey, bud."
You didn't say what's up?
I said, "Hey." Big dude though. He had shorts on, huge fucking legs, like calves. Not like AJ Dillon calves, but big guy. I checked out his legs.
Gay, so
I checked out his legs. I did. I ended my draft gay. I did end my draft gay. All right, guys. Thanks for checking out the episode. Until next week, Adam, you pick receivers or running backs.
Let's go with the wide receivers.
Okay, wide receiver review next week. We're going to do top 30, guys. All right? Top 30 wide receivers. We won't talk about all of them. We'll talk about the top 12, and then we'll see about any other things we got. All right, guys. Thanks for checking it out. Till then, we'll see you next time. Peace.
Later, boys.
Later, guys.
The preceding presentation has been brought to you by the Gear Network.